welcome to episode 5 of Between the Sheets with Pamela. I first want to talk about a lovely book launch I went to on Wednesday night at Love Books in Melville in Joburg. It was for this collection of short stories called Die Laughing, and all I can say, it was just what I needed. You see, I've been feeling paralyzed. Yes, I'm loving all these book launches, but I'm meeting an awful lot of writers and I'm buying all their books. My divine sister-in-law, who is my accountant, can attest to that. I'm spending a fortune on books. But the problem is I just don't know what to read. I feel like a woman with 5 delicious husbands and I can't decide which one to bonk. So yes, this book, Die Laughing, it's a breath of fresh air. I read the story by Stephen Boerbing Badu. I probably mispronounced his surname. He's a very talented young man, absolutely hilarious at the book launch. Reminded me of a young Tumi Morake, actually. And I think he really is someone to watch on the literary scene. After that, I read the story by my wonderful friend Gail Schimmel, and it is called This Is Not a Joke, Maureen. Really great story. I love the way Gail does her dialogue. It's so believable. Really enjoyed that. And if you haven't read Gail's other books, I highly recommend Whatever Happened to the Cowley Twins. Gail's also got a thriller coming out next year. It's going to be published with Pan Mac, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be great. Oh, and I also got to meet Gail's husband, is also called Paul. I told him I'd been stalking him on Facebook. I think he was a bit frightened. So, Paul, I was joking. What else? Yes, I also saw Fred Kamalo, and I got to meet him, and he's also extremely funny. I'm looking forward to reading his story in the collection. And it was moderated by Karabo Holeng. We were thrilled to find out we both live in the parks. In fact, I must read her inscription. To park life and reading to know that we aren't alone, doll. A normal neurosis and love, Karabo K. Holeng. Isn't that lovely? So I look forward to getting together with you, Karabo, for coffee sometime. I also bumped into my lovely friends and neighbors, the Sidleys, Kate and Boykie Sidley. Boykie's book, Imperfect Solo, is coming out in the UK soon. This is the South African cover. The UK one's got a lovely new cover with a shout by William Boyd, I believe. So we are expecting great things of that book. If you're in the UK, look out for it. Imperfect Solo by Stephen Boykie Sidley. Now, after our launch, we went for dinner at the Leopard in Melville. Love that restaurant, so divine. Yes, we went with Louis Weed and his wife, Lene. Did I pronounce his surname correctly? I'm sorry, I can't do these Afrikaans surnames. I grew up in Zim. Forgive me. Louis wrote this book, Submerged. Most divine cover. I haven't read it. My husband said it was really gripping. It's now being translated into Afrikaans, and Louis is also working on his memoir, which promises to be really exciting. Can't wait to read that. Right, what have we got coming up this week? I have the Dove Beauty at Any Age High Tea on Thursday, and I will be a guest of the wonderful Laurie Molnar, and I'm taking my sister as my date. Now, my sister is the one who basically bought Misconception for everyone in Zimbabwe. They're all heartily sick of it and can't wait for my next book. October, guys. I promise you won't be getting Misconception as a present any longer. Now, in terms of festivals, we've got the Soweto Literary Festival coming up this week. Mrs. Brink is up in Joburg, which is going to be fabulous. She will be talking about Flame in the Snow and her beloved Andre on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. And for those of you who don't know, Karina also wrote this lovely book, Invisible Others. Really, really beautiful. I highly recommend both those books, Flame in the Snow and Invisible Others. And there's going to be a lot of stuff on at the Soweto Lit Fest. Bontle Sena will be putting me through my paces at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, which I'm quite nervous about because she can ask some really hard questions. And I want to say thank you to Daryl Earl David for organizing the festival and for inviting me to take part. I'm quite excited about it, actually. On the Friday, Craig Higginson's going to be talking about The Dream House, a beautiful, beautiful book. I was actually searching everywhere to, so that I could show it to you. And I was about to start blaming the Mubango Book Club for stealing it. And then I remembered that I actually got the book on Kindle. Anyway, so yes, Craig will be on Friday along with Lorato Shabalala talking about The Way I See It. Arthur Sithole talking about his collection of poems, Landslide. And then on Saturday, we've also got Mzi talking about Nothing Left to Steal. And one of my absolute favorites, Mohale Mashigo, will be talking about The Yearning. I adore this cover and I love the book. I think you've all heard me raving about it on, you've read about me raving about it on Twitter. She is also really hilarious, so that is one talk that's so worth going to. I think she's a bit nervous of me because I have sort of unashamedly been stalking her on Twitter. So yeah, go along to that, buy the book, read it, The Yearning, Mohale Mashigo. And that's really it for this week. I just want to leave you with the thought that it is the baby steps in life that lead to great leaps. When I'm writing, I try to write 2,500 words a week. I don't always achieve that, but that's my aim. And it's very manageable. It's basically a page a day for 5 days. And really, people, if you do that, you can have a novel in a year. So if you're thinking about writing, start now. And if you miss a day, don't give up. Just pick it up the next day. Who knows, this time next year, you could have written a book. So that's it for this week. Oh, except that we have had a whole shoal of birthdays. Some of my favorite people are born in August. So I'd like to wish happy birthday to my two gorgeous nieces, Abs and Sinead, and to my lovely friend Kimmy Howard. And it is also the teen's birthday on Thursday. He will be turning 16. Happy birthday, my boy. Love you lots. Big mwah. And don't forget, everybody, read essay. Bye.
And to pay rent, long nights, days end. And they say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting.
Last thing, I completely forgot that it is the Karen Brainard launch of Tasteland this Thursday, the 18th at Love Books Josie, 6:30 for 7, so half an hour later than usual. Okay, and I think that's very worthwhile, so hope to see you there. Bye.
Sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. For angels to fly.